So we are live, guys. Hey, guys, welcome to Testing Academy. My name is Pramod, and welcome to the uh, another live session. So we are live with the topic that we are going to discuss is today is the how do I switch from manual to automation testing, right? So today with me we have Chandan Mishra. So let me welcome Chandan here. Uh, yeah, give me 1 second. Yeah, hey Chandan, how are you?
Hey, Pramod. Good man, I'm good.
Yeah,
How are
so
you?
let me. I'm good, man. So let me like introduce you about the Chandan. So Chandan is a software, basically lead as that as of now. He's working with the company. Right now, he's running his own website, which is Test Automasi, right? It's a,
Automasi, yeah.
yeah. So it's a kind of a, you can say most of the thing is related to some Indonesia market, right? It's a also Automasi is some Indonesian word, right?
Yeah, basically automation in Indonesian means automasi.
Yeah, yeah. That.
So I did not got testautomation.com as the available domain, so I chose this. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. So, yeah. So Chandan has like nearly around 8 years or 7 or 8 years of experience, and like we have like kind of a similar kind of experience. We started our career with the same, you can say same path, and we know each other.
Yeah, actually we are from same university, if
Yeah.
you remember. So
Yeah.
Guru Gobind Singh University has number of colleges, and he belongs to Ambedkar, I guess. Yeah,
Yeah.
Ambedkar College.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Ambedkar, I belongs to Northern India Engineering College, and we know each other before our career start, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Started.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Hey Abhijit, how are you? So Abhijit is here, Raj is here. So yeah, lots of people are watching. Comment down, people, whatever doubts you have. So we're gonna start our topic that we are gonna discuss, and trust me, it's gonna be a valuable, uh, value packed. I would say, we're gonna share some of our experiences, how we have switched, especially from the manual testing to automation, right? So this is like one of the challenge that I have seen, like lots of people are asking about it, that okay, I have 2 years of experience, I have 3 years of experience, I have like right now I have 4 years of experience. Even I have seen some people have contacted me with 10 years of experience in manual testing, and right now they want to learn or they want to switch to basically into the automation testing. And so what are the things that you can do, what are the things that we have done it? So we wanted to share experience basically. And if you have seen my previous video where I have discussed about how do I switch from manual to automation, right? So I have given 5-step process how you can do that. So 5-step process, yeah. And but today is a little bit different, where we will discuss mostly about our stories and how you can do it properly. So like lots of people are there: Harkaran, Shubham, Sandeep. Hey Sandeep,
Hem
what's up?
Hemkaran is basically our friend or
No,
someone
no,
else?
Harkaran. It's a Harkaran. Sorry.
Harkaran. Oh, Harkaran.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah. All right.
sorry.
Right. All right. So let's start with a simple way. Basically, suppose I have 2 years of experience, and then so let me ask you this question in a straight way. I'm a person. I'm working in some MNC, and I have 2 years of experience right now. Most of the work that I do is manual testing, and I want to switch to automation. So what is the one thing that I should start immediately as of now? So what's your point in that?
Okay, so first of all, you should stop reading and start implementing. Okay,
Okay.
the main problem I see with the QA guys who are in manual, they
Mm-hmm.
lead lot of stuff. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and they get theoretical knowledge rather than
Mm-hmm.
practical knowledge from websites, from blogs. So what happens when they face interviews, when they want to switch from manual to automation? In
Mm-hmm.
interview, they face some practical question, real world question, the questions which is related to projects. Okay, so first of all, stop reading blogs and tutorials and Udemy courses and start implementing. So I
Okay.
start implementing. I guess most of the guys are in manual because either they don't have automation testing in their company, or they
Mm-hmm.
have a separate team who's not giving you chances to do the automation, right? So
Mm-hmm.
how do you implement? So there are tons of website. Okay, take the website related to travel domain because they
Mm-hmm.
have multiple things. They have pop-ups, alerts, windows, notification. There are complex scenarios. Okay, the
Right.
algorithm is different, search will is different, drop downs are longer. So take any search website, be it Make My Trip, Clear Trip, or any other search website, and start implementing your learning in those websites. Okay. Step one, start doing writing test scripts. Okay, because you are in a 2 to 5 level zone, no one
Mm-hmm.
will ask you questions on framework level. Okay,
Mm.
most of the question will be either on programming or on test scripts.
Okay.
Okay, so step one, so let's say you've identified 10 scenarios in those websites. Okay, started from login to scheduling a travel ticket to searching something. Okay, take 10 scenarios at least.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I mean scenarios, and 10 scenarios will give you 40 test cases at least.
Right.
Okay, so now from 40 test cases, convert those manual test cases to automation scripts. Okay, and do it one by one.
Okay.
Okay, once you have implemented all those scenarios, the chances are you will cover everything related to Selenium.
Okay.
Okay, because there would be some scenario which will have some Windows specific term, there will be some scenarios which will have switching between frames and all. So every scenarios will be covered. Basically, don't take simple website like Facebook does not have much features,
Mm-hmm.
but if you take this kind of website, you will have those scenarios, and once that is done, your scripts are ready. Okay, now you have real world understanding, and you will face lot of issues like stale element exceptions.
Right.
Then once you face those kind of issues, try to learn more about it. Just don't try to fix it by adding a simple weight.
Mm.
Okay, so now when you face these kind of issue, the chances are the solution would be weight. Now weight have different categories, be it implicit weight, explicit weight, hard code weight, or a
Mm-hmm.
retry kind of a weight. Okay, availability type of weight. So now learn about each of them and then figure out which is the best weight to implement here. Okay, now to figure out which is the best way to implement it, you need to learn all of them, not just the one which is the solution. Okay, people
Mm.
what they do is basically they go for the solution, but they don't go for the options. Always
Right.
look for the options rather than the solutions. When you look for the option, you will get to know when to use which one and which is the best one. So in interviews, the questions are not like which weight will you use here. The question are which is the better weight.
Mm.
Okay, so better or advantages or disadvantages you'll be able to tell once you know all those things and implemented those in your test scripts. So
Right.
there will be some situation where weight would be good, there will be some situation where explicit weight would be good, there will be some situation where hard weight is needed,
Mm-hmm.
and there will be some situation where availability await type of weight is needed.
Right.
Okay, so keep doing that. Okay, and once you are completed with all the Selenium learning stuff, the second problem with be programming.
Right.
Okay, but the thing is, Selenium question are saturated now.
Mm.
Everybody knows that this kind of question will be asked in the interviews.
Right.
Everybody
Right.
knows the question:
Yes.
navigate versus refresh, navigate versus get, close versus quit. All these questions will be there. Okay, so they are saturated in the market now. So now interviews don't look for the Selenium knowledge; they look for the programming knowledge.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes. Hmm.
okay, but I'm not saying that don't prepare for Selenium, because when you get the job, there would be the job would be on Selenium, not on programming.
Right.
Okay, so it's important you know the Selenium as well, and also because there would be some situation or there will be some interviewers we will ask about Selenium also. Like in,
Mm-hmm.
so it is separated into rounds. Round one will be basically API testing, Selenium, or APM if you are on mobile automation, and then
Right.
round two basically more on programming depth. Okay, more on complex situations. Now there is no shortcut for switching into automation without knowing programming.
Mm-hmm.
Before 3 4 years back it was easy because people does not know program, because the interviewers also does not know much programming back then,
Mm-hmm.
and automation was kind of new, Selenium was kind of new, all these things were new, so basically question are more related to the testing tools rather than programming.
Mm.
But now since the saturation has been already happened, lot of people now knows API testing and Selenium already, so the interviewer actually finds more depth questions on programming, because programming is very vast. Okay,
Right.
even if you know all the things, there would be some question which will you stuck on those questions. So for programming, first of all learn some basic algorithm,
Mm-hmm.
especially start with string related algorithm. Okay, be it pattern matching, be it searching, be it binary search, be it sorting. Learn
Mm-hmm.
all those basic programming which you learn in the colleges. If you
Mm.
remember, there was a data structure session If you are from IT
Mhm.
or CS, if you are otherwise from other stream, I'm not know. But if you are from
Mhm.
IT or CS, there was some data structure course, right? So open that book, find out all the algorithm from that book. Okay, there would be some algorithm which is very complex, like DJ Shatra and things like that, binary search, which is not useful now.
Mhm.
Binary search tree, which is basically used for programming roles, SDE
Mhm.
roles, not the SZ role.
Right, right, right. Yes.
So don't concentrate on those, but there would be some algorithm like dynamic programming. Okay, so dynamic programming has multiple algorithm like
Okay. I guess some technical difficulties.
hello.
Yeah, yeah. Fine.
Yeah,
You're back.
and forget for now. Forget about intermediate and advanced algorithm because that is not needed for 2 to 5 years of range. Okay, if you have five plus of range, that may be needed. Now,
So
once you get
what I understand from most, sorry, I'm just cutting you off, but what I understand, the first step will be to stop reading the stuff, start implementing
start
the stuff.
implementing the stuff,
So
stop
if
reading
you
and
say
doing courses.
right, so if you say suppose I have like 3 years experience, right, for 4 years experience, uh, I try to read from blogs. I generally do what I do is that I buy some courses or like probably from Udemy or somewhere else, which I think are good courses. uh, what I do is that most of the time I just go through the courses. I don't do much. I don't do implementation part of it most of the time because I'm afraid, or sometimes I don't want to implement. I just want to know it because I want to crack the interview. So, do you think that's a right way to do it? Or
So this is the problem. People try to crack the interviews rather than enhancing their knowledge.
yes, yes.
Okay, so
Mhm.
so let's say you got lucky and you got one of the automation role in one of the company. What else
Mhm.
after that? What happens? You get into
Right.
the company. uh,
Mhm.
if you don't have in-depth knowledge, your leads will be complaining. I have seen in my organization, especially in G4S India, multiple people were fired because they didn't have enough knowledges. And once the review came after 3 months, they were like fired within the probationary period. Okay,
Mhm.
this is the worst problem. Let's say you survive that period also. How would you change into the next company? Because you already wasted around 6 to 8 months now in
Mhm.
that company. Okay, and now since you are in automation role, people will ask you tougher questions.
Right, right, right.
Okay, and now we will you again feel that I am stuck here. Okay,
Mhm.
so first of all, leave that thinking behind that I have to crack the interviews for the automation testing or
Mhm.
something. Okay, learn about it. Okay, so this consider this as an IIT exam rather than a college exam. Okay,
Mhm.
you can't crack IIT exam just by having a lot of knowledge or lot of reading, lot of questions. You
Yeah,
have to
most of the
implement
reading. Yeah.
lot of stuff. So
Right, right.
if you want to go ahead in the automation testing, so consider this an IIT exam. Implementation is needed. Even if you want to like read lot of stuff, try to implement lot of time. Because let's say if you are implementing one thing 100 times, the
Mhm.
chances are you will not forget that for at least 2 years.
Right, right. Yes.
Okay, and if you are running it for 100 times, you will, so after 5 or 6 times you will get to know that this is becoming boring. Let me understand more in detail. Let me go it into or more details. Okay, so that will I say that rather than concentrating on cracking the interviews, concentrate on becoming the automation tester.
So,
Okay, and then once
so
that is
basically,
clear,
yeah. So basically, you are saying that first of all, you need to change your mindset actually, right? So you
mindset.
have to think like a automation tester before
I
even becoming one,
Yeah, so
right?
I'll tell you in lot of my companies, because I
Hmm.
generally join those companies where automation is not there. Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Hmm.
Out of 7 companies, 5 companies are those where automation was not there. So
Hmm.
once I introduce automation, my next task is to convert those manual testers to use our automation framework and gradually write automation scripts.
Right.
What's the first excuse I get? I don't have time.
Hmm.
Okay. I don't have time. Okay, and if you ask 100 people, 100 manual tester that why are you not able to switch, they will also say I don't have time. I spend 8 hours a day doing
Hmm.
manual testing only.
Right. Right.
Okay, so now I will tell you why. So you get time to eat food, you get time to eat drink water, you get time to actually speak to your friends. Okay, you get time to smoke, Okay, you get everything time related to that, even in those 8 hours. But for automation testing, you have excuse that I don't have time, because you
Right.
consider this as not your part of daily routine, or consider this is not a like do or die situation, right? You say
Hmm.
that if I get chance, okay. If otherwise I'm getting salary, I am making money, I don't have any issue, right? So stop making excuses. Okay, I'm telling you, no employee or no person spends 8 hours doing manual testing daily.
Hmm.
Everyone gets 630 to 60 minutes daily in a spare time.
Hmm.
I tell you why. When I was first going into the automation,
Hmm.
my company timing was 9 to 5 to 9 to 6. Okay,
Hmm.
I used to come at 8 a.m. just to practice on automation for 8 to 9.
Wow. Wow.
Okay,
So you're
so
giving
you have to
1 hour extra, right?
1 hour extra. Yeah,
Right.
and sometimes if I get, there are times where I'm stuck waiting for the builds, I start
Hmm.
doing automation. There are times where I'm waiting for a bug fix, I will start doing automation.
Okay.
Sometimes there is a release time. Okay, you have to spend around 12 13 hours in the office, waiting for the bug fix, or developer is analyzing the issue. You get the time, so there is all those time are always available, but you don't utilize those time. Rather than doing automation or implement using those time in automation, what you do, you wait for developer bug fix, or you start doing something else, or you start playing TT. Okay, you can play TT, but once you reach your goal. Okay,
Hmm.
celebration, you can do celebration once you finish the line, right? You can't do celebration once you are running. Okay,
Right.
and
Right.
you are behind from somebody, right? You're already behind with lot of automation tester in the market, so if you want to go
Right.
ahead with them, you have to spend extra time.
So basically, overall, the point that you are discussing is changing your mindset first, right? So
Yes.
first of all, you need to think like, okay, I'm an automation tester, even though I'm doing most of the time manual testing, right? I can come early, half an hour, and use that time to do automation, or I can go to home, or basically I uh, learning new courses or something
It's,
like this, and
yeah,
start
it's about
implementing
you.
the stuff,
It's,
right?
it's about you. Don't watch a film for 3 hours. If you have
Right.
some so much time on weekends, you start doing that. I'm saying once you achieve your goal, you can spend your time whatever way. You can celebrate, right? But if your goal is this, that I want to switch, because you are already behind, because new
Mhm.
people are coming in the market who are
Right.
fresher, have lot more knowledge. See, when we graduated in 2013,
Hmm.
there were very less people who knows the automation. Now
Right.
the
Right.
recent graduates already know a lot of programming knowledge, right? So
Right. Yes.
people,
100.
so, so interviewer will take those students who are new, and because they have a less package, they also have very good knowledge on programming, so they will take those people rather than taking you, because the only thing he need to teach them is manual testing, functional testing, right?
Right.
But for you, he needs to teach you automation, he need to teach you programming, he need to teach you logical thinkings. There are
Mhm.
a lot of things he need to teach you, and you are also costly compared to that person.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you are already behind. So if you want to go ahead, you have
Mhm.
to change your mindset, start implementing things. Okay, and if you really want to do a course, do a hands-on course.
Hmm.
Okay, Udemy courses will not help you. I don't ever buy Udemy courses.
Mhm.
I generally refer documentation, and if I needed some help, I take consultation from the experts on the field.
Right.
Okay, like 1 hour 2 hour consultation where I have questions, I will take help from them on those particular areas only. Okay, so when you join any course, make sure you're doing a hands-on experiment. So don't, so some people join the course just for the repository.
Right. Right.
Again, this is again a problem.
Hmm.
You get the repository from GitHub also.
Hmm.
If you don't understand everything, how will be able to use it in your local system? How will you explain this to your interviewer questions, right? So again, don't go for repository code or something like that. When you join a course, give your 100% there. Okay, do everything which you do. So I take full stack automation courses where everybody, I make sure that everybody do what I'm doing. If someone is not doing that, I will just throw him out from the window.
Hmm.
Okay, if you're not interested, do not join my workshop. My goal is not here, like, I'm taking 500 to 1000 rupees. My goal is not here to earn money. I'm helping you guys, and if you are not serious about it, there's no point helping you guys, right? You can take your money and leave. So when you join a course, make sure you are giving your 100%. Okay, so this mindset is needed. Okay, if
Hmm.
let's say if you are stuck in a jungle, you don't have anything to eat, what you will do? Even if you are vegetarian, you will start eating non-veg things,
Hmm.
right? So change your mindset, think like that, I'm stuck here, I need to get out of here.
So
What I
now,
need to do?
most of the time people have this question like, I have 10 years of experience. So what should I do now for with 10 years of experience? Means what is the right step to start? So like one of the people, even Rivan, has like he has given this question. Let me take this question. This is an interesting one, which is basically how a 10 years experience guy can switch to automation. What do you think about this?
See, so in a 10-year guys, so when you complete 7 years, the roles
Mm.
will be 50% automation, 50% management.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, mostly, yeah,
uh,
mostly,
so
mostly it will management and all, right? Yeah.
so don't think that you are not ready, you are 50% already ready.
Mm.
Management thing you already know,
Mm.
because for the 10 years if you are in manual only, manual is around 50% only management, and the
Mm.
50% other 50% is actually testing. So you are already 50% ready. Now you have to think about the second thing, which is technical knowledge. Okay,
Right, right.
now you need to change your path. Okay, now even if you don't know the basics, you don't need to concentrate more on basics, because no one will ask you the basic question now. Okay, no one gonna ask you about searching algorithm or Selenium questions. So everyone will ask you about design patterns if you are
Mm.
creating a Java based framework. Everyone will ask you about complex collections of Java or multi-threading or CI/CD. So
Mm.
start learning those. Okay, especially more in Java programming. Okay, because I've seen once you cross the 5 level limit, programming question is also based on intermediate to advanced Java rather
Right.
than programming question, simple programming question. There will be one or two questions on simple strings, string manipulation, and then they ask you more on Java implementation. So now you have already saved that time. So think about that. You need not to know the basics like Selenium basics or API basics. Start learning the advanced stuff and intermediate level stuff. Okay, again, don't do it by learning from Udemy or learning from articles. Start implementing. Okay, when you stuck somewhere, take help from consultant. Okay, invest in yourself. You have to invest in yourself. You invest, you when you feel hungry, you invest in yourself, right? You buy food.
Mm.
Okay, when you feel and when you feel that you need to smoke, you buy smoke,
Yep.
right? When you want to celebrate, you buy beer,
Mm.
right? So this is also investment, because that is your personal investment, or like mind switch investment, or mind is happy investment kind of thing,
Right,
right?
right.
Now this is your educational investment or the professional growth investment.
Mm.
Okay, so in those cases, do not contact those instructor who is not teaching these kind of stuff.
Mm.
Okay, find out those instructor who's actually teaching you design stuff, complex Java stuff. Okay, maybe contact some Java developer. Okay, because he already knows lot of stuff in Java.
Mm.
And then once you, because see, because you have already spent 10 years, your mind will become a little bit slower than others, because
Right.
every year if you take a look, just like what you say, महंगाई को क्या बोलते हैं यार इंग्लिश में?
Mm. I'm not sure what is it.
So
So let's say, I
let's
got
say,
the point. Basically, you are saying that okay, start investing yourself and start with uh,
yeah,
basically if you have 10 years of experience, right? So what you can do is you can choose your programming language. So I would suggest mostly starting with Java because most of the
start with
time
Java,
people
because
prefer to use, right?
if you are
Yeah,
in India, start with Java. If you are in Europe or South
you
Asia,
can go with
start
JavaScript,
with
right?
JavaScript and
Right,
Python.
most of the time. And start learning apart from programming language. I would suggest go with uh, if you have 10 years experience, right? You need to quickly accelerate towards the advanced stuff. So
Yeah,
you should have understanding of starting with Selenium, like what other things are there, but you what people expect from you especially is the text architect level of knowledge, right?
architect
So
level of
text
knowledge.
architect knowledge will be mostly related to how do I do CI/CD, how do I work with Docker, Selenium, right? How do I work with Kubernetes and something like this. Advanced ability to probably Jenkins, right? How do I create pipelines, and I have this automation already ready. So these kind of stuff probably the people with 10 years experience will expect. So try to get
And one more
to
thing
that
here,
state.
do not expect that you will get into the better companies straight away. Try
Yeah,
to focus on those companies which are slightly new or which are having less strength, because this is where they don't
you
have
will
so
learn a
much
lot. Yeah.
high level, right?
Hmm.
You will be learning a lot more, and basically the level will be little less. Okay, you get there, start spending time there, learn about automation, and you, because you are new or you are the one of the guy, we are the first guy, you will spend a lot of time making frameworks from the scratch. Once you get those experience in one or two companies, then you can target the high level companies like best product companies. Or so basically at the end of the day, it's all about package. So
Right.
don't expect that while you are switching from manual to automation, you will get like 3x 4x package straight
Yeah,
away.
even you can
Okay,
compromise the
and
package if you are
so
switching to it.
for initial one or two company, compromise the package also. Let's
Yes.
say you can just say, if you are offering me automation role, I can come in the 10% hike only. Okay,
Mm.
once you are there, once you have implemented all the things, got the knowledge, now
Mm.
since you are working on automation only, you are spending 80 to 90% of your time in automation only, your acceleration will be rate will be higher compared to the last company, right? And now
Mm.
in the second or third company, you will be ready for any kind of situation. So
Right.
so the thing here is, the people try, when you move to automation, you can't move to automation directly to a company which is taking 7 or 8 years, 7 or 8 rounds, right? Or which
Mm.
is having a like 100 or 50 automation tester already, because they already have those kind of tester. If you're gonna go through their round, everyone will ask you a lot of questions. Okay, so initially target those companies which are slightly new, like 1 or 2 or maybe less than 5 years. Okay, and then once you get there, implement automation, then you can go into the bigger companies also. So when I joined Cvent, I did not get much knowledge there, right? In my manual I was mostly working in manual testing, and
Mhm.
then I switched to keyword driven automation. But then I tried like, after reading all these things without implementing, I tried some companies like Jabong, Mintra, and other companies. I was not able to clear the first round itself.
Right.
Then
Mhm.
I knew that their level is slightly different, and I'm not at that level yet, right? So
Yes.
I tried, I joined a startup company where only 2% were there. Okay,
Mhm.
I joined that company. I was able to clear that round. Package was slightly lower. The I think around 15% hike was given at that particular company. But
So you
when I
basically
got
compromise the package to get into the automation, right? So that you
compromise
can
the
again.
package, and on also companies. So if you are going to Mintra, or so, you have lot of company facilities. But if
Mm.
you are going to startup, I did not have even a split AC. That was a window AC there. Okay, there will
Mm.
be less facilities there. But since you are making a change, okay, so sometimes to go 10 step ahead, you have to take 2 or 3 step back, right? So
Right.
if you're making some change, start making some compromises. But once you're ready, so I got to learn a lot of stuff there. I got to learn about JMeter, API testing, API automation, even little bit of UI automation. And then I could target bigger companies also, where all the automation was already there, right? So you need to plan accordingly. So you need to know yourself, what is my strength right now. Start
Mm.
judging yourself. Don't expect to be a master of automation testing once you are very new while switching the company. So you need to target very carefully. After that, I never tried that high level of product company, because I was not ready. And then
Right.
when I tried, I was ready and I was able to crack, right?
So means if we talk about how I switched, right? So when I joined my first company, it was totally a manual testing experience for me, and it's a very big company. Most you can say MNCs and all, right. You have bulk hiring, and so what I did is that like most of the things I have done, right. I know that these the task that or that is given to me, right, it can be done using automation script with 2 or 3 hours, and I'm doing it manually with like 9 to 5 and all. So what I did, I created some scripts and presented to them. Okay, these are scripts that can definitely help you guys. And that's how I started like my automation journey. So I start means on Saturday, Sunday. What I do, what I have done is, I mean, I used to do is that I start learning. I'll take some GitHub repos of Selenium and all. I start running it step by step, and after that, I'll pick some websites, dummy websites. I'll start automating it, put it into the GitHub. That's how the journey started for me, and that was again a very I would say strange experience, but uh, means if you want to switch from manual to automation, right, so you need to start learning first. You need to have some implementation, start doing implementation first, have a mindset. So that is a second point which you can take from this conversation. Have a mindset, start implementing, do the stuff, don't take courses, do the hands on. And
and
third thing will be, make sure you just follow someone at least, right? I would suggest if you can go with some people who are already doing it, right? Just have a conversation with them that these are things that I have done. Be a part of some community at least, so that will keep you motivated, right? Don't be alone. Okay, I have 5 years experience. I'll do my 9 to 5, and that's all. You will not get much of the growth in that case, right? So let's take some quickly few of the questions related to smaller. Like, uh, do you think the manual testing will vanish in the future? This is like Shubham is asking. What do you think in that case?
it will not vanish, because let's say there is two kind of testing, right? Like, there are a number of testing there, but two important testings are there: sprint wise testing and regression testing. Okay.
Hmm.
uh, it has started vanishing in top companies like Facebook or Microsoft or Google, because they start, because their developer also do a very good level of unit testing.
Unit
Okay.
testing.
But the
Hmm.
thing is, level 2 and level 3 companies, I'm talking about those companies who are in startup, or they just became better, like they have just became much better than startups.
Hmm.
There, because developers, it all depends on developers. Okay.
Hmm.
It will vanish if developers become very good at it, but this is a world where all kinds of people exist. People exist
Hmm.
with a high level of knowledge, people exist with low level of knowledge, and people exist with middle level of knowledge, right?
Hmm.
So it will vanish from top companies. It has already started vanishing from top companies like Google, Facebook, Microsoft, right? Because there the developer quality is so good, because their rounds are actually based on algorithm, based on machine learning, so machine designing, right? So they spend lot of time taking candidate, and they spend a lot of time while analyzing those candidates. So those candidates which are coming, they are very good at unit testing also. There is a specific round for unit testing in those companies.
Hmm.
Okay. So this will vanish in those kind of companies where developers are very good. Okay. But in those companies where developers are still making mistake or does not take unit testing seriously, which is kind of is the way
90% of the time, yeah.
90% of the companies, yeah,
Yeah.
90% of the companies, in those companies it will not vanish in sprint wise planning.
Hmm.
Okay. But in the regression form, it has already started vanishing. I don't think the companies, if they are really really new, I don't know about it, but if they are little bit older, like 2 3 years older, they start spending automation, because they know that we need to start spending in automation, because there is lot of competition now. five
Right.
years back 5 years back we'll not see lot of competition, but now for every product we have 10 replacements, right?
Hmm.
So if we need to get our feature quickly, we need automation. Okay.
Right.
People think we are replace automation is replacing manual testing. No, automation is accelerating the product development.
Hmm.
Okay. So people or the higher management spend in automation because they want higher acceleration in the deployment, not
Hmm.
they want to replace manual testing.
Yes.
Manual testing is for them is still needed for sprint wise testing, but they don't want to spend time in regression testing. That's why they want these automation testing implemented, so that product product development deployment is faster. So again, it will depend basically based on developers developers range. Like they are good developer or best developer or quality developers, then it will vanish. And I'll tell you, this percentage will, let's say right now 90% of the companies developers are not that professional like Facebook or Google. This will keep on decreasing over a period of time,
Yes. Yes.
because people are involving, right? So every year the fresher who just got into the industry has more knowledge compared to the last year fresher, right? So if he has no more knowledge, he will be better compared to the last year person. So similarly, 1 or 2% will keep on decreasing over the period of time, and I'd say last after 10 years, let's say around 50% of the company would be in those areas where you need full on automation and unit testing, right? And then 50% companies will be using manual testing.
So
Okay, and
mostly
one
overall
thing I will
manual
say,
testing is not done. Yeah.
manual testing is not dying, but manual tests are gonna die in next 5 years.
Okay, so your point is that, right? But means I have a certain different point. So manual testing definitely will not die, and even manual testers also. But yeah, manual test, because manual testers are always required. If you think about startups and all, right, they start any company which is right now starting. If you take 1, 2, 3 years, 3 years or 4 years of their experience, they're starting, right? They don't want to implement automation in the start, and
Yeah, but after 5 years, I will tell you, they will not hire a person who don't have any knowledge of automation.
yeah, so
They
basically
will
you
not.
you
They
need
will
both
not
of them.
start.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I'm saying manual testing, manual tester will die. Who are only manual tester. If they
Hmm.
have all those, we like SZ people also have spent lot of time on manual testing. So manual
Right, of
testing
course.
is not gonna die. But if you are
Yeah.
only manual tester, then the jobs will
Then it's
die
a
for you.
problem.
It has already started dying, right? If you see
Hmm.
this COVID situation, lot of
Hmm.
people were fired where they don't know enough about manual test or
Automation and all.
automation
Yeah.
testing
Even
or
I have seen this. Yeah.
other parts of testing, because the
Hmm.
companies are holding those employees who are multi talented or have vast knowledge compared to the one person who has one specific kind of knowledge, right?
Right, right.
So
So
that's why
let's,
I'm saying
yeah.
only manual tester will gonna die in future, because even those companies who are new, they know that we need automation in, let's say, 1 year of time. So
Right, absolutely.
while hiring, they will keep that point in mind, that I will ask some manual question, but I will also ask some automation question or programming question.
Right. So let's take a few of the question also. And okay, so this is like, I guess it's a Sandeep is question by Sandeep. So like, what is the scope of performance testing? It's good to learn. Like, just give me in like 2 minutes. So what is your thoughts on it? You have done. I know you have done some great work in performance testing. So what do you think? It's a good if a person is learning it. So
Yes, yes. So, see, there are some people, I'll tell you why you need to learn. There are some people where programming is really difficult, right?
hmm,
Who this is like, programming is not that kind of thing which you can learn overnight, right?
hmm,
Uh, it is just like English. If you are in
hmm,
good school, if you had good schooling in primary school and intermediate school, then you become a good speaker of English, right?
hmm,
Programming is also like that. If you had good college, if you had good knowledge during those period, you will learn programming quickly. But there are some people who find it very difficult. Okay,
hmm,
I don't say that this is their problem, because their upbringing was like that, that they were not exposed to these kind of logic or exposed to these kind of things earlier. So for them it is very difficult. So for those people, I will suggest performance testing is a very good scope. In
hmm,
performance testing, programming is less, but server information networking knowledge, okay, that is high. Okay, and that there you need tools such as JMeter, which has, like in Selenium you have to do lot of coding, right?
hmm,
Even with those methods you have to do lot of coding, but when you use JMeter, I can achieve my task
hmm,
sometimes without using any script.
hmm.
Okay, so in JMeter, scripting is only 5 or 10%.
Right, right.
But then you have to become good in networking knowledge, you have to become good in server knowledge, you have to become good in monitoring tools and so on. So if you are not very good, or you are finding difficulties in uh, getting into the automation, I'll suggest use performance testing as your backup. And then there are a lot of so performance testers and automation tester are paid equally. Okay,
Right,
sometimes
right.
performance
You
tester
will,
get more payment,
yes,
more
yes. I have
more
seen.
package compared to SDET.
Yes,
Why?
yes.
I'll tell you why. Because there is less competition also in performance testing.
Right.
Okay, compared to automation. Okay, so it is slightly easier. Okay, and one thing about performance testing is that once the company becomes big, they require performance testing. So if you are
Hmm.
doing performance testing, so you are pretty much sure, or you can say pretty much safe, that your job is safe, because that company would be good, because performance testing is not done by companies who are startup or who
Hmm.
don't have enough traffic.
So basically, they will be well-versed companies, and is
Yeah.
and so overall, in a nutshell, what you are saying is, if what is the scope of performance testing? It's good, and if you are someone who wants to have it as a additional skill, you can have it also. And if you are
Yeah.
you only want to focus only on performance
Yeah,
testing, that is again
there
good.
are there are some people like I know one person, Kumar, who's
Hmm.
actually made a career in performance testing only.
Performance testing, yeah, I've
He
seen
does not
people, right?
know he does not know any automation or manual, even manual testing. He only knows performance testing.
Performance testing, and yeah,
Yeah.
even few of the tools like only JMeter and Gatling, probably, yeah.
Gatling or load runner
Load
if you are
runner,
in a paid company. So there are very less tools compared to automation, because in automation, especially in JavaScript, a new tool is being made every month, right?
yeah. So just to remind you guys, we are basically discussing about some of the topic about the how to switch from manual to automation, as well as we are taking some important question and answers. So if you have any question, just put it out in the comment. We'll definitely try to answer them. And with me, we have Chandan, who's lead SDET at testautomasi.com, and this is me, Pramod. Again, you know me, right? So
Mhm.
let's take few of the question also. Let me change this view. Uh,
I would like to add one point in performance testing, guys.
yeah, yeah.
It is like a dark horse. Okay,
Hmm.
people don't take it seriously, but you get like a very high package. In one of my company, I worked as a performance tester only. Okay, and so it is kind of a dark horse in testing. Nobody talks much about it, especially this and security testing. But if you get into it, there is less competition here and high package
Okay.
in
So
both
overall, less package,
security
high.
and performance.
Oh, sorry. Overall, less competition
Less
and high package.
competition and high package. And I don't think any other testing, performance and security aside, has that kind of combination. In
Yeah.
automation, there is less package and high competition. Okay. In manual testing, it is very high competition and very less package. Okay.
Hmm.
And testing, yeah, UX, UI, very low package. Competition is low, but package is also very low. Okay, unit testing has high package, but then unit testing requires development knowledge. So
Right.
these two testing are very like dark horses of testing field. If you spend enough time, you can make a career out of it, and you can earn handsome money also.
Right. Let's take a very small question, which is and just let me know in very small. I would say to the point answer for this. I'm a QA. I want to switch to DevOps. Good choice or not? What do you think?
So it depends what is your, so this is all depend upon you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What is your, so I would like to know why you want to switch. Good
Mm-hmm.
choice is basically is those choices where I know that I am doing right. Okay.
Right. Mm-hmm.
uh, it becomes a bad choice where I don't know why I'm doing this. If
Right.
you know you want to go into DevOps field, then it is definitely a good field or good choice. But if you don't want to go, because QA is almost 50% DevOps.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We are also spending so much time in CI/CD. We are also spending so much time on Dockers. So sometimes I don't take help from DevOps. I actually set up environment myself, manage environment myself. In one of the company, we didn't have the DevOps team. I was actually managing the demo server and the client servers. So we are anyway doing that. And in QA, the scope is more. In DevOps, if you go into DevOps, then you have to again learn programming. Okay. And then in DevOps you have to learn lot of tools. So if you are ready to learning lot of tools in the market, because in DevOps the tools are very vast and companies uses multiple tools. So in
Mm-hmm.
automation, what happens if your company uses Selenium, then they only use Selenium. But in
Mm-hmm.
DevOps, what they use, so in Cvet, what happened, they were using Splunk, they were using New Relic, they were using AWS, they were using Azure, they were also using Cloud Engine, so Google Cloud Engine. So there you don't have a, you have to learn variety of tools. Okay, you can't select one. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
here I in automation I can be a Java developer, and Java related tools I can learn those, and then I can get jobs. But in DevOps you are expected to know everything. Okay. most of the tools which are available in the market, because every company uses multiple tools. So if you are ready for that, and most importantly, uh, if you have interest in that,
Mm-hmm.
aside from package, don't think about package. In QA also, if you are just want to switch because of package, in QA also, if you become a very good QA, you can get package, high level of package sometimes. So like people like me earn more than some developers also, okay, in our
Mm.
company. So if you become a good QA, I'm so like become the best QA in your company, and then if you are the best QA in your company, company will give you whatever amount you
Right.
demand at that time after seeing your experience. So if you are interested, and if you okay to learn lot of tools, then you can go ahead.
Right. So one of the question that people ask me, right, most of the time is Selenium with Java or Selenium with Python. What do you think? Means if you take my perspective, it will be learn both. I would suggest, because I have like nearly 8 years experience and I worked with both of them. Right. Some companies use Selenium with Python. Some companies use Selenium with Java. Right. So for 3 years or 4 years, I was working with this domain, and for 4 years, I was working with this domain. Right. So again, the point here is not Selenium with Java or Selenium with Python. It's basically Selenium plus programming language, right? So Selenium is common, syntax is common, right? And you just need to implement the same concepts, right? What
Yeah,
do you
so
think?
my suggestion here is master one language, be it Java,
Mhm.
be it Python, be it JavaScript.
Mhm.
Master one language end to end. So the suggestion here is become a master of one and jack of others.
Right.
Okay. So if you become master of Java, then you only need to search how do I do it in Python.
Python. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly the same
So,
thing that we have. Yeah.
change will be easier. And
Mhm.
now one language is not enough. Okay. So there are four important language if you consider all the automation tools: Java,
Mhm.
Selenium, JavaScript, and Groovy. If
Mhm.
you learn those four, Java and Groovy are pretty much similar. Okay.
Mhm.
Python is the easiest one out of all these three, and JavaScript, because there are a lot of tools coming in the market, and if you are applying for European jobs or American jobs, then JavaScript is also needed. But one language is not enough, so I will say become master of one, and then become learn jack of others, learn the jack of others, learn the basics and oops knowledge and collections, whatever the basic part is there. So when you companies ask, do you know Python? So let's say when I give interviews, I say that I know Python, but I have used that with request module only. So request
Mm.
related stuff I know. Okay, don't say that I know the whole Python just like Java. So
So
I'll
just
say in
just some a part of it mostly. Huh?
yeah, wherever you have worked on it. Okay.
Right.
Let's say you have worked on Selenium only, so then say then I have worked on Python but on Selenium only, because
Mm.
just like Java, Python is also huge. So if you say I know Python and Java, then he will ask you a lot of tough questions also, and
Ye-
then you will be rejected.
Right.
Okay, so
Absolutely.
become master of Java, because at least you one mastery you need. So
Mm.
when interviewer ask your questions, you can say you can ask anything about Java. Okay, but in Python I only know about Selenium, in Selenium
Mm.
related stuff, or PyUnit related stuff, or reporting generation stuff.
So overall point here is master one language and switch to other
Become
language whenever you wanted to do
yeah,
it. And again,
yeah.
it depends on your company sometimes. So
Companies
sometimes
also
the people have test automation framework which is already made in Python, right? So
yeah.
if it is already
and
made in
also
Python,
and also you have much more options now, right?
hmm,
Let's say you are not learning Python, though, so
hmm,
you are restricting those who requires Python knowledge,
right,
right? There are companies who specifically, companies like Check specifically uses Python with robot. Okay,
hmm,
so you'll not gonna get calls from those companies, because you have already said that I will only learn Java,
hmm,
right? So don't be a closed door. First of all, when you are new, try to learn one language, try to master it, and once
hmm,
that is done, the next step is to learn other language also. And the step is easy. How do I do it in this language? That's it.
hmm.
Go to
So
Stack
that's
Overflow, you'll find the answers.
right. So Nihal had very big question actually. Let me read out for you. It's basically, hey, I'm a mobile automation engineer in TCS, but in regression testing, which doesn't have much work, just have to do some task. So basically, he's saying that, okay, I'm working in TCS and it contains regression suite, which is like a common problem right now. And I have to do again and again similar thing, right? It's becoming a boring task for me. And so what should I do in that case? If you take my advice, right? So let me give you this my perspective.
Mhm.
First of all, if you're doing the same thing again again, right, I would suggest you to go learn some new concepts, learn tools which are already, make yourself comfortable with Selenium, other automation tools and all. And if you can switch to some other company which is better, where you see automation is starting, right, just now starting, you can go there and start implementing. Or even if you are going to a company which has well versed automation, right, you can go there also and basically start working how this exactly, this automation framework which is serving well for this company for 5 years, 3 years, right, how it is working in that case. If you are doing the same task again and again and again, still you can do some projects on weekends, or even in the existing one where you are doing the repeated task, you can start creating scripts, some scripts which can help to basically accelerate this regression suite, right? So start solving your own problem first, or you can do deal it like two ways. You can skip the problem, or you can solve your own problem, right? So how do you solve your problem? Basically with the scripts that I told you, like implementing with the scripts, or solving the current problem that you have, or you can skip it completely, do a jump of job and all. I'm just saying my perspective. If I was uh, in your boots basically, so I have done these two parts, basically switching to a new company where already automation starting or something like this, or you start doing automation or regression, basically implementing or creating some scripts which help to do automation as well as the manual testing and part, right? Yeah. So let's take one more few more questions, Chandan. Let me take few of them.
Here, so I would
Then.
like to. So I'm facing similar kind of situation in my current company. I'll tell
Mhm.
you what I did. I'm here mostly involved in APM mobile automation, and
Mm.
we actually made out the regression testing. And most of the time, we are all doing all this stuff like running the regression suite, letting QAs know that these are the issues. So I actually spend my time doing the performance improvement of mobile script. So recently, we had a sprint where I reduced the execution time from around 240 minutes to
Mm.
140 minutes. Okay, for that I need lot of research and research about client server technologies, lot of flags about APM which I was not aware when I was doing just scripting. So you can spend those time in doing these refactoring tasks. Also, in this time, I also create lot of
Mm.
tools to help QA. So I basically created a tool where they can give the test case name, give the email ID, and then once they hit run test case, it will actually call the Jenkins job yeah, with that particular parameters, and then they will get the email report in their emails. Okay, so similarly, one more tool where they can import a APK on browser stack using curl command, like
Mm.
backend curl command, or they actually have only front end, and I'm doing all those stuff in backend. Okay, and some I will also take some reporting tool automation from product side.
Mm.
So people will not give you things if you not ask for it.
Mm.
Okay, when you have time, you know you have time. So this is the same discussion which I had earlier. You know you have time, but you are wasting it. Okay,
Mm.
when you have time, let the company know that you have time. Then the company will give you some more task which is not from this domain. Or you can ask product managers, like, if there is any task which you're doing manually, I can help there. I actually help a lot of product
Mm.
manager to automate SQL queries. Okay, so
Mm.
using JDBC connectors and MongoDB connectors. So if you are an automation tasks are never finished. There are a lot of things you can do in automation. So don't ever say that I don't have any work. Okay, you don't have any work because you don't want to do any other work apart from all your regular work.
So overall, you're saying that start handling the small problems that you already have, which can be automated, right?
Yeah, and
So
and
that
and actually
that you can start
co-
solving.
contact people, like contact manual testers, contact other
Mm.
teams. If you have
What
time, you
kind of
can help
problem they
them,
have
right?
already? Mm.
If you have time, you can help them. I
Right.
actually doing the same stuff in one of the companies, and then manager saw this, and my manager actually made me switch from a test script team to the framework team, because he saw
Mm.
that he's actually doing some stuff which is not done by scripting team. Okay, maybe
Mhm.
you have a different framework team or platform team. They will switch you if you keep on doing these kind of stuff. Also, these kind of stuff will help you in interviews also, because you are just not
Mhm.
doing test scripting, you are doing utility development also.
So yeah, got it. But I hope Nihal, you have your answer. So one request, guys, just make sure you like this video so that we can have more people joining us and we can also get help from this one, right? This is one of the question that I've been asked. Like Kiran is asking that I have 5 years of experience in manual testing, have a knowledge about the Selenium, but don't have the professional experience about it. So what should I do in that case? Like we have previously discussed about it that you need to do certain you need to start again with the same process, right? Pay attention to your programming language, have some hands-on projects, join some hands-on workshops, or if you can join, if you don't, if you are not able willing to do join any workshop, just find some good automation frameworks online, watch some video around it, start implementing it, use some different websites like Automation Practice or Heroku app, something like this, right? Do implement all these things related to Selenium that we are doing, and start applying to the automation company. And make sure, not make sure actually, just until you give 5 to 6 interviews where you fail in automation, right? You will get the questions, what kind of questions they ask mostly, right? So you will have a idea what kind of things generally they ask about the automation testing. And after probably like three or fourth interview that you have, right, after that you will have understanding, these are the questions they ask, these are the project that I have done. You need to present that, okay, these are the project that I have done, probably in weekends, not in company. That's why I'm telling you, right? Even on weekends, the project that you have done, that you can show them that I have worked with this project. Tell them I have automated these things, and these are the, or whatever the
Yeah,
question they
yeah.
ask, just
So in
tell
those
them.
situations, so you have to lie. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
In those
so that's
situations, you
what
have
I'm
to
telling.
lie a little bit in your resume. Okay. Uh, lie a little bit in your resume, because no one will, if you tell same thing in the companies, no, even if you know a lot of things, no one will gonna interview
Mm.
you. Okay. So lie that I have worked on this, do whatever we discussed in the first question itself, and start applying for and be ready for rejection. Initially you will be rejected.
Mm.
Okay, when I was switching into automation for the first time, I don't know, maybe I was rejected for 15 companies. And
Mm.
after 15 companies, I got to know the patterns. I got to know that
Mm.
these were the questions they are asking. I got to know
Mm.
the in the framework level, I need to learn this, I need to learn this. I actually had all those questions in my mind. I had a sheet
Yep.
where I was storing all those questions, and I researched every question in detail. I got to know everything about it. So in the next time when someone asks that question, I will have more knowledge compared to that person. If you
Mm.
reach that state, you will be able to crack any interview after that. So be ready for some rejection initially. Okay, and lie a little bit in your resume, because otherwise no one will give you even chance to take interviews. Also choose
But
your battles
wait,
carefully.
yeah, I
Don't go for
understand.
higher level companies.
Right. I understand that thing, but I mean, basically, you can discuss with HRs also, right? Okay, I have worked with the projects, but I don't have professional experience as of now.
No
It's
man,
all about the
so
HRs. Sometimes they listen. I've seen.
no, they will
Okay.
say okay, I will talk, but at the end of the day they will be because once you say that I don't have knowledge, because other person will feel that you don't have knowledge, even if you gather that knowledge. But
Mm-hmm.
he will know that no, we need a professional here, because we are hiring for a team which requires automation experience. So don't say this. Okay, have
Mm-hmm.
this, because see, these days even companies know that a lot of people are actually doing automation, little bit of automation, and mostly manual testing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's no point of saying that I don't have any experience,
Mm-hmm.
even especially with you when you have 5 years of experience. It is okay that you don't have any experience till 2 years, but if you say till 5 years you don't have any experience, it becomes very difficult. So again, lie a little bit. Okay, have some implementation based project. Take some project from GitHub if you don't want to spend money, and then be ready for rejection. Apply and reject. Get rejected for 15 companies, and then choose your company carefully. Once you are ready, you feel you are ready, start applying to those companies only where you see the company is quite new, and you will be facing less tougher questions compared to the more tougher questions in bigger companies.
So yeah, that is again, yeah. Thanks for that points. So Himanshu has one question related to it. So like, do I need to learn full Java or just a basic? So even I had this kind of doubt when I just started at my career, right? So I had some experience with core Java. I worked with it, but what do you think? Means you have we have like 8 years of
I will,
experience.
I will tell you. So basic Java is needed. Okay, basic means methods, classes,
Hmm.
variables. Okay, then
Hmm.
you need collections knowledge. Okay, then you need multi-threading knowledge if you are 5+ of years experience, because a lot of people will ask you how can you run parallelly, not
Right.
just in test-ng. People think that parallel thread count is test-ng, but when you implement that parallel is equal to methods in test-ng, a lot of cases will fail because of
Hmm.
multi-threading issues. So that is not a solution. Learn multi-threading for that. Okay, multi-threading means thread class. Okay,
Hmm.
so multi-threading is needed. Okay, design patterns, again, if you are 5+ range, design patterns is needed. So learn about singleton pattern, builder pattern. Page object model is not a pattern, it's a model, but Java patterns are needed, and many companies will ask you, if especially if you have 5 years, more than 5 years of experience. So Java design pattern is needed, and I think if you are done with these kind of things, then you are okay. You don't need to
Hmm.
learn JSP or servlets or Swing. Even Swing is not needed. A lot of people try to learn Swing. I don't know why. Where are we using Swings? We are not using Swings. A lot of
So
people
basically,
just for
overall, you're
Windows
saying that okay, we need some core Java knowledge and some of the implementation that you have already done. That is like
where
enough for getting started, right? To
yeah.
have some experience, right? Makes sense. Okay, so this is not in the topic, but which tool used to automate the Windows application? You can use Auto IT, right?
Mm.
Scully
There is a
or
Selenium based implementation also, WinApp. I've used WinApp.
WinApp, right? Couple
Okay.
of more tools, yeah, Sagar. So there are a couple of more tools you can look around. Not related to the topic, but yeah.
Yeah, and so Windows-based application, you can actually automate through Windows-based. If you know Java, C Sharp, then you can actually automate or write your own tools also. So when I worked in
Hmm.
Drishti, we had this task to automate a Windows application, especially caller related task. We actually use C Sharp to implement that, because you are contracted with a form based application. So that is kind of a unit testing, and would be much faster compared to these tools.
Right. So, yeah, let's
So
take
I'm
few
saying
of
that
the questions.
when you work on Windows application in the companies, you will have the source code too, right? So you
Hmm.
what you can do on top of that, you can write an automatic application tool which will connect to those form application, perform the task from your application to that application. Okay, rather,
Right.
so similarly, just like for Android application, we have Android Expresso. We write test
Right.
script inside the code, native code. Similarly for iOS, we have XUI test. Similarly for Windows application, try Windows form application based automation tool, which you can all create yourself. It's very easy. It's a drag drop, and then on click you have to perform some action. So you create an on click method and perform those actions.
Yeah. So let's talk about one of the workshop that we are already doing, right? So if you guys already know, we are doing a 2 days workshop, hands-on workshop on API testing with Assure. Well, basically, even if you are a complete beginner, right? We will start from basic. If you have if you don't have basic concept related to API testing, what is it? What are different methods, right? What is REST and all? So we'll start with it. We'll go with some hands-on assignments, and we're gonna cover. We will basically will build our own automation framework, right? That you can use anywhere that you want. And these are the tool. These are the basically the automation that we have framework, which we are going to basically build. Uh, these are the exact framework which is right now even we are using in our companies, right? So that we are building it. If you are interested, it is happening on 15th and 16th of August, right? So let me share you. For right now we are running a early bird discount, so if you anyone is interested, just go there and have it, right? Right. So you can go to this api testing.co link. Let me put it here also. So what is it? So you can go to this link basically, and this one. So aptesting.co/enroll, and we'll see you basically there. We'll have some personal chat. We'll discuss more questions. We'll have some more Q&As, and Chandan and me gonna discuss some awesome bonuses, as well as discussion about what you will learn apart from manual testing. So if you have any other things that you have in mind, right? So that is there. So let's take few more questions, and then we'll have some. So let's take this one, which is question from uh, Sankaransan. Sorry, I pronounced your name wrong, but I have spent almost 10 years in manual testing. Can I switch from manual testing to automation? What do you think, Chandan? Yes or no?
See, you can do whatever you want at any age. People get
Right.
married.
Yes.
People get married at 55 also.
Yeah.
Okay, people have kids at 70 years also. So there is no question has answer as no, right? So again, we discussed this. I think one of the other questions also.
Mm-hmm.
You need to so spend your 10 years is fine. Now you need to switch and start learning some advanced stuff, intermediate stuff in programming as well as CI/CD. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
Jenkins, Dockers. You already have leadership experience, so that is not a problem. So companies will not. So you will. So if you clear one or two round related to technical discussions, then the third and fourth and fifth round are basically based on leadership related quality.
Right.
So
Right.
you
Right.
will automatically
Yes.
clear those. So your focus is to clear just the initial two rounds, or if there is an hacker test, so initial three rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for that, what you do for hacker text, you need experience in writing code. Okay, so there is a site called Career Cup where you can see lot of interview questions. So just short that with votes, and you will see top 100 questions. Just complete those questions, and I will guarantee that if you complete it and learn, so understand all those problems and solutions, then you will be able to crack any hacker rank test. Okay,
Right.
I used to face those problem also. I followed this approach. Now at least I'm not failing in hacker rank test.
Mm-hmm.
So most of the time people rejects me in either in leadership round or in some technical discussion, which is like second or third round. Okay, and then in the technical discussion you need to master one language. Start with Java, learn those concepts which we talked about, basics of Java, inheritance, and then collection, multi-threading, Java design patterns.
Mm-hmm.
And once that is done, learn Jenkins, CI/CD, Bitbucket, GitHub. Okay, and once this is complete, spend give interviews in 5-10 companies. Get rejected. It's okay to get rejected. I don't know people why people take rejection so seriously. It's actually rejection helps you to become better. How
Mm, right.
without rejection, how will you get real time experience of interview? How will you get real time questions? Sometimes people ask you the questions related to his project also, so you are also getting real time project experience during an interview. So get ready to be rejected. Okay, and when during the interviews, remember, if interviewer asks you, do you have any questions for me, and you want to know something which is not clearly not present on Google, just ask him, like, what is this
Mm,
thing and how did you implemented it? During my discussions, I don't ask about companies and what is your process. I basically, when they ask about what is your question or do you want to ask about me anything, then I ask these questions. So what was the answer of this? How will you implement this in your project? Okay, and then if I know little bit about that topic, I'll say why you chose this thing rather than this thing. Okay, spend 5 to 10 interviews, you get all this experience. You already spent a lot of time doing Java coding and other stuff, and once you are ready you can do it. But again, switching for you is slightly difficult, switching for a 2-year guy, because their expectation is lower, your expectation is higher, right? So you need to do more practice, you need to spend more time, and you need to become better. Okay, don't
mm.
have an excuse that I'm not getting time for automation. Spend time on weekends, spend time before 1 hour before your job time or after 1 hour of your job time. And I think within 1 month you would be ready if you are having a dedicated plan.
So yeah, thanks for these inputs, Chandan. So let's take last question, which is yeah. So this is the question by Mahid Mahidhar. Okay. a very tough name to pronounce,
Yeah.
right? Sorry, Maida. Which topics I need for 1 year experience candidate? So I have says basically
Out
saying
of
that I have 1 year experience, and what are topics I need to master?
so we discussed this 1 year experience. The expectation is pretty much lower, but I would say because you are recently graduated from college, spend more time on solving programming questions.
Hmm.
Okay, become a better programming. So spend time in competitive programming site like Lead Code or Hacker Rank.
Hmm.
Okay, and then once you are there, like your first question will be on those kind of thing, because a lot
Hmm.
of people say that I have not experience in Selenium also. So generally, interviewer ask only programming question. So if
Right.
you are ready, I think manual testing wise, if you are ready, in functional testing, spend time in different kind of testing. Spend time in puzzles. Some companies for the freshers 0 to 2 levels ask puzzles also. So if you don't know puzzle, you won't be able to answer in interviews. So there is a site, I don't know the name. You can Google it, and then you can at least do 50 around 50 puzzles. Then once puzzles are clear, programming interview programming questions are clear,
Hmm.
then you can learn about API testing, basics of API testing. Okay, and API automation. Postman is very useful. Okay, and Selenium. Once these things are ready, then I think nothing much is needed. And I would say, if you are having a good job and getting little bit of experience in automation, don't change your job. See, I spent my most of my like maximum time in my first company, even though the company was not giving me enough option, because but I wanted to set my base. I wanted to learn more about testing before I try anything else. Okay, so I spent 2.5 years learning everything about testing, be it mobile related testing, be it software testing, be it different cases. So I think for if you are new in your company, is good. Spend time solidating your base. Okay, learn testing in a way that go in the future somebody ask anything related to question related to testing, you will answer it. Okay, and then similarly on the parallel tracks, you can learn programming, competitive programming. You can learn API testing. You can learn Selenium if you are not getting a chance.
Right. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, guys. Okay, so I think we have covered most of the questions. So Rajkumar has one question that I request you to please make a workshop on one Selenium E2E projects like rest assured. Definitely, Raj. Probably this is like one of the project that we're going to do, especially in future. And lots of new stuff is coming, and definitely will help you. So we are just putting our 8 years of experience. Both of us are putting our. If you see combined, we have 16 years of experience, right?
16,
So yeah,
16,
we
yeah.
are putting all those experiences into the courses plus hands-on, plus lots of bonuses which will help you to grow, especially in your software testing
A-
career.
and
So,
pl- and and plus we are doing in a way that it is like a free thing. We
hmm,
wanted to make it free, but then everyone will join and then people will not take it seriously. That's why we have a
yeah.
minimal price only
Yeah, it's a very
499.
cheap one. I would suggest
So
it's a very low price. If I would say
it's
the
actually
value is high.
less than
Yeah,
Avenger Endgame ticket were costly than this, so
right, right.
you can consider this.
Yeah. So this is just a cost to basically the tools that we are using. That's all. That's I would say that's only thing. We are not getting anything from it. We just wanted to help the community. That's why we are here, and we always wanted to have so what are the things that we have learned? Even we are strugglers. We started with struggle, lots of struggle. You will listen our actual story probably in some next videos, not today. It's already a long session, and you'll listen how we have switched from manual to automation, and few of the things that we have discussed today also, right? So guys, just wanted to highlight last time that okay, so we are doing a API testing with Short workshop 2 days on 15th and 16th of August. It will be recorded, but most of that the first one will be live workshop, hands-on, lots of assignment, lots of value. You will build your own automation framework, API automation, and after that you will see more and more uh, changes in yourself. We will try our best to help you guys to achieve whatever you basically to get is getting kick off, right? Like if this kind of workshop I have got in 2 years experience or 2 3 years experience, that was like that can definitely will accelerate me, right? So we have learned the hard way. but it's you are learning in a very simple way when investing small amount, I would suggest. And right now it's an early bird. It will move to the original price after 2 or 3 days. So I would suggest you to enroll ASAP. And let's take one more question and we'll wrap it up, and we'll have more session like this, right, Chandan?
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So, for 13 years of experience as a automation lead, it's mandatory to know multiple languages. And should I know the framework? Not multiple language. If you have mastery on one language, that is fine, right? Because you can always, as Chandan has discussed, right, you can always Google around. Okay, how do I do this thing in Python, right? If you know Java, the same thing. Uh, Knowledge of framework is important, I would suggest. I at least, if you have 13 years experience, right, and you should have you should have knowledge about, you should be ready to have test architect level knowledge. So test architect knowledge that we have discussed earlier, right? So that will be, uh, you should know how to do grid scaling, how to execute more than 3000, 5000 plus cases. You should know how to set up your Jenkins pipeline, CI/CD, like basic these kind of stuff. This is expected from you. Apart from lead that you are doing, right? So apart from the individual contribution that you may be doing manual stuff also in your daily job, but again, these things you have to do also. What do you think, right?
So my answer to this question is, you had your 2G phone, like the
Hmm.
keyboard button full, because I see you have 13 years of experience.
Hmm.
Do you have it now? No, right? You upgraded that
Hmm.
phone. Similarly, even if you know everything, you need to upgrade yourself.
Yes.
Okay. So just like I still don't know many stuff. I had to know a lot of in design patterns. I have to implement a lot of things in Docker, learn Kubernetes. I have never touched Kubernetes because,
Hmm.
but I have to learn it because see, industry is changing, world
Hmm.
is changing in every way. Okay, the food is changing, your smartphone is changing. So just like if you want to be ready in future, you need to upgrade yourself no
Right.
matter how many knowledge, how much knowledge you have. See,
Right.
every so even a person like me or person like Pramod, there is a person who is better than us. Okay,
Hmm.
every we are in a race, and if you want to go ahead with certain people, we have to be updated. Otherwise,
Upgrade.
if you are stuck here and some new technology is coming and that is becoming popular, let's say in 5 years of time Java is no longer that popular, what happens then? In 5 years of time Selenium stops his releases, what happens then? Okay, uh, I think 7 8 years back HP UFT or QTP is very popular
QTP was a leader.
compared,
Yeah.
compared to Selenium. Let's say in the future a new tool comes and that beats out the Selenium, what happens then?
Hmm.
Okay,
You have
and
to
then
keep
if
upgrading.
you
Yeah.
want, and I think you have 13 years of experience, you at least want to work at least for 25 years, right?
Hmm.
So if you want to be ready for the future, you have to upgrade yourself. And I don't
And
know how you
also,
don't know.
yeah.
My question: if you are an automation lead, how do you don't know framework?
Hmm.
You can't become automation lead if you don't know frameworks.
But that is again, sometimes they have used it, but probably right now, they have
Yeah,
not
if you are
doing it.
if your question that the recent frameworks or the new developments in the frameworks or design patterns etc are coming, then you need to upgrade yourself. And if your question you even don't know the basics of framework, then I don't know how you became automation lead. I have a
Right. Right.
question on that. Basically, you are in a company that keep promoting people, and that's how you became. So again, you want to be in same company for 12 years. Are you want to like see if you want to be in same company forever, that is fine. If you are happy, if you are sustained, there are some people. I have one friend, Gopal, who's very happy with this current job. Okay, and he's like whenever company wants something to learn, he actually learns. So otherwise, he is fine. Okay, but if you have some passion, you want to go ahead, you want to earn more, you have to do more, you don't want to stop. Okay, let's say you finished out one race, you want to participate in second race, then you have to learn new things, you have to be upgraded, you have to be up to dated with the new things in the market.
Makes sense. Yes. Thanks, Chandan. So, this question we have already done, right? So yeah. So I guess we are done from the session. I guess that is enough, right? 80 minutes of session. I hope you guys have got some value out of it. packed thing. Thanks a lot, Chandan, for coming, and we'll see. So let me
Okay,
know in the
thank you.
comments, guys, if you see. Thanks, Chandan. Bye. Yeah. So
Okay, bye.
let me- yeah. So if you guys let me know in the comments how do you feel about these sessions, and if you have more questions, let me know in the comments. And guys, just wanted to highlight one last again same thing. So don't miss this early bird discount. It's very cheap. Invest in yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.